So ask Andy again, and it's all to do with, well, your experience. What's helped make you the musician that you are. Everybody in hobby world, they always quote on these courses, a light bulb moment. It's where things have just been, different aspects have just suddenly been knitted together, and they see the connection and they see the relevance of something. Anything happened to you in the past?
Oh, do you know, most of my knowledge has come through teaching, not being taught. So I started playing guitar when I was 13, I think, or maybe I was maybe 12, but I just turned 13. Same for our other tutor, Jamie. We started at a similar time. Jamie obviously went down the electric route. I went down the classical route. And what's interesting is if you spoke to both of us, we therefore both had areas that we were lacking in. And I think that's fair to say for anyone. I then, because I had to do my grades quite quickly, I picked up the guitar. I was like, that's it, I know what I'm doing. Now, the thing was, I was learning classical guitar, but I was a massive Dire Straits fan. Eric Clapton, Bon Jovi, those were like the three bands, Guns N' Roses. You know, I was really into that kind of stuff. And I always had this dream of playing Edge of Darkness from 24 Nights by Eric Clapton. I would just think, oh, my dad will be watching and I'll be playing like that. Da 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 da. It sounds a bit like the music from Lethal Weapon, which he also wrote the theme tune for. So I wanted to play that mixed with, whatever, the Concerto of Aranjuez.
Right.
Those were the two things I wanted to be able to play. And then when I went to music college, I suddenly started realizing that I don't know what chords are. So I'd been in a band I was in. We were writing a song, we were called Tripwire. We didn't have a name, and somebody named us that at the gig. But what I realised was during my degree, the amount of knowledge I didn't have was huge. And a real light bulb moment for me, actually, was the understanding of what the chord names meant. And I remember sitting in Leeds College of Music bar with, I think it was Mike Casey, who, if anyone's up in Leeds, Mike is a brilliant tutor, and he's one of the lecturers now at the college, and he teaches privately as well. And he was on the jazz course, and we started having a band together. And the thing is, I could always sing, and I could always play, and I could always write songs, but I wasn't necessarily understanding what it was I was playing. Like, I didn't know what a G13 was.
Listen, for hobbyists, that's exactly the way it is. People just follow things on a piece of paper, and it's usually badly written. There's no time signature, nothing.
Yeah, I was there, you know, and you think I had a degree in music, and even when I left, I couldn't have told you what a diminished chord was. Because I didn't learn that. I was learning how to play classical music, so I was reading music. So, you know, we did a little video earlier where we were talking about what's the benefits of tabla music. I tell you, the negative of only learning music and only learning classical guitar is that you don't learn chord shapes. So then if you learn chord shapes and you can read music, I was then like, oh my God, now I can sight read quicker. Well, how can you sight read quicker? Because now I'm looking at it, I understand what a key is. And I didn't learn this at college. You know, and I always thought I was bad at theory. I thought that theory was going to be awful. I got a D in A-level music. It meant nothing. I still got a really good degree in music. Jamie, you know, we both got really bad marks at school, but it wasn't because we didn't want to work hard. I think the tuition wasn't quite right, if I'm honest. And you probably think you're not capable. And we had to do it in 4 years or whatever. So we were rushing it. But, you know, having that light bulb moment of, oh, wow, that's what that means. And I actually genuinely think it's made me better at teaching theory, because I wasn't good at it, that I think of it in a different way. So I use that tower block approach, you know, where you're like, and I loved that, you know. So as soon as I realized what a C13 was, or a C major 13 was, what the triangle or the major was referring to, and it being the seventh, and that it was just stacked numbers, and those numbers relate to the scale, and the scale relates to the key, and then you've got your diatonic chords, and then you've got all the other chords that are related to that. That was a massive light bulb moment for me, because also, instead of going on my phone and going, guitar toolkit, right, chords, right, I'm playing that shape, you know. And occasionally I'll still do that, by the way. Like, I still go, there's multiple ways this could be called, right? I wonder what the best name for that would be. And I'll just see what my options are.
You do lots of writing, don't you? So you're messing about with different variations.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say was that where it's helped me now, and I'm sure Matt Round won't mind me mentioning him, he's the bass player for like James Morrison and everyone, and he's great, and he's a really good friend, and he plays bass on all my material. And he was saying, do you know what I really love? They all call me AJ, that's my name in the kind of music side of things. Because Andrew James, and they were like, he goes, it's so easy doing work for you because I get a chart that's just really clear. So the two things that are clear are the rhythmic quality that are needed. So if there's a specific stab or a rhythm, that's all written in for them. And the chord voicings are exact. So he's like, I just know what I can play. And then I send him a demo with me playing the guitar parts and singing. And then he'll, we'll lay the drums down, and then he'll go, right, I'm going to lay the bass down, and then I redo the guitar. But the process is fast, and everyone can do it remotely because everyone understands chord voicings. But had I not had that light bulb moment and then really had to just teach, because I was thrown in the deep end in Leeds, okay, I did a classical guitar degree. Oh, but now you're going to be teaching electric. Oh,
right.
I've never had an electric guitar lesson in my life. So how do I know all the information?
That's really interesting. I would never have thought that of you with your experience. The chords were alien, or you just didn't understand them properly.
But you speak to a lot of classical musicians, and it just is alien because we're not thinking like that. So we're thinking,
C-E-G.
How can I play that? What is that on the page? Okay, that's that. Okay, and but like actually, it's just an E minor add 9, or it's a B5 or whatever.
So it's actually helped you if you're sight reading from a piece of standard music.
Yeah,
you're following the music.
I'm following the music.
There's no invention going on in your own mind, but if you know the chord shapes.
Yeah, classic one. Just to quickly show this, right? I wouldn't have known that was C to D minor over C, to G7 over B back to C. I wouldn't have known that. But now, when I'm teaching my students, the issue is because they still have the tab underneath. I'm really trying to get rid of that. But there is an element to combining all that knowledge which helps them progress. But if I just say to them, look, all we're going to do is strum, D minor over C, G7 over B, back to C. Now, obviously, I have to put the chord box in above for them just to say, this is the shape that is. And then they look at it in a different way. They go, oh my God, that's not that hard. So I go, no. All you now need to remember for that classical piece is it's thumb, I, M, A, and learn the shapes. And then you've got an exercise. But you see the way I'm adding emotion to that with the volumes and things. But yeah, that was the biggest light bulb moment ever for me. Now, the next light bulb moment for me to really study is I'd love to properly go and study jazz and have lessons with Jamie to go really get your head around modes and all that kind of stuff. There is always something that everyone can learn, whether you're a pro or not. But that was my light bulb moment.
Good. Excellent. Bit of a surprise, but excellent all the same. Hope we all learn from it. Anyway, thanks, Andy.